Hi guys, Gemma Taylor again. I'm back from earlier when I got rudely interrupted by my friend's device. Gave me a bit of time to regroup and think about how I want to proceed with this first video, which I'm guessing I'm gonna upload in two parts because me and technology, yeah, it might be a bit disjointed, but I'm doing my best. So, where was I? I was talking about emotions. So we've lost our ability. We haven't lost it. When I talk about these things, or what I'll go on to talk about with regards to the human condition and our underlying psychology and what's good for us as opposed to what's not. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that a lot has been buried within us for a long time. It's been constricted under the false sense of self, the false egoic shell, and how we all believe that we have to walk around with these masks on, societal masks, just to fit in and to feel good enough. And it's not freedom, it's not freedom at all. It's not authentic living. And something's just sprung into my head of memory, because I got a good memory and my head can be quite random, so you never know what's going to pop in there. And it was a there was a woman who's done a lot of work on trauma and written books and stuff, and on compassion focused healing, stuff like that. And she spoke on a podcast about some kind of like mass survey that was done, I think in America, where a question was posed of lots of people on their deathbeds, and they were asked the same question, and the answer was obviously nuanced, but pretty much almost unanimous. The question was, what is your biggest regret? And all these people who, God bless them, were at the end of their lives, they all turned around and they said, well, I wish I'd cared less what other people thought and lived more for myself. And it's like, it speaks volumes of, we're walking around like sardine zombies, who out there feels truly alive? Who out there can, hands on their heart, say, yeah, I'm so happy? And even, like for me, I'm not doing these videos because I'm claiming to, one, have all the answers, or two, to say that I don't still suffer. I still suffer. I suffer quite a lot, and I'm still dealing with the consequences of trying to piece a lot of things back together. But I think the point I'm trying to make is, in regards to that suffering, it's like, because we have moved so far away from healthy ways of functioning, healthy ways of living, and it's not that the answers aren't still there, they've just got buried, because in my recent experiences where I was unwell, I tuned into like how we may have lived originally, when we lived more in tune with nature, because it wasn't a new idea for me, it's just that it became refined. And originally we would have lived more community based, a long time back. And yeah, all right, the history books, yeah, but I'm going a long time back, before we hit this present incredibly murky, what some call in the spiritual sort of community way of looking at it, kind of the dark age, but the darkness before the dawn. We're kind of apparently due for a new epoch. Let's hope the balance tips the right way. But so we are nature, nature is us. We're born of the elements. In fact, this, where I went in recent times when I was unmedicated, which is why, as I mentioned in the first part of this video, I ended up back on the psychiatric ward. I was unmedicated for a long time, and I've done my best to break 3 of those meds so many times over the years. I won't give up, but I'll play a longer sort of strategy with it, because I went too fast, too bloody quick. I was messing about with them. I'm going random again. I'm offshooting, so I'll come back on point. So my point was this: our vulnerability is a strength. Our emotions are a strength. We seem to have lost sight of this idea that we even bloody have them sometimes. People shut down left, right, and centre. We're all so defensive. Oh no, I'm not anxious. Oh no, I didn't. It's that was you. You did this. We blame project. We do all these sorts of things. Anything to hide from who we are, because, and all of this, so much of this, and it's basically just a means of, people don't feel good enough. They're running from who they are because of, as I mentioned in the other video, we're all like this. What would people think? And we've got these cameras surrounding us, and this bloody, we're living in a way that isn't true to ourselves. We're living out of harmony. We're out of harmony with ourselves. We're out of harmony with the elements. You know, people say as above, so below, but as within, so without as well, and vice versa. It's a case of, if we don't get back, and relatively quickly, to a more natural way of living, insofar as living in harmony with what surrounds us, that it's impacting the world, and what impacts the world impacts us. We are of it, it is of us. We're not separate from it. And emotions, you know, water, emotions, correlation, it's one of the elements, and it's important. And vulnerability is actually important. It's not a bloody weakness, it's a strength. And I'm going to read another poem here, because I've got one called The Strength in Vulnerability, and I was toying with whether to incorporate it in this particular video or not, but being as I seem to have somehow managed to slip in an appropriate place to read it, I shall do that now. So I know these videos aren't very polished. They're actually not meant to be. I kind of like the rawness. It is more authentic. I don't want this to come across as perfect. I want it to come across as human. I think that's the point I'm making. Everything's so bloody fake and false, you know, in modern living, that everyone seems to think they've got to be pretentious or just not who they are. So much so that so many of us have lost sight of who that even is. And that's bloody sad. Everyone's behind these walls, these masks, and the strength in vulnerability. Here goes. We've been taught that it's a weakness, more like our greatest strength, the ability to lay bare our intimate inner self, to open up and trust with wisdom and discernment, showing who we really are to those who see no judgment. Instead, extend compassion and see and hear with love, beyond the prison of the ego, divinely guided from above. The key to being intimate is honesty with yourself, piercing through conditioning and self-deceptive lies we tell. For great courage it does take to live authentically, shining your light far and wide while allowing others to see. To live with love in your heart through the doorway of forgiveness, while communicating bravely, learning how to do this. Letting down the walls that you have built around, put there by former wounds, will crumble to the ground. For vulnerability is safe despite what we've been taught. Surround yourself with those who care. There's no need to be distraught. And it may take many years depending on your history, but the journey will be worth it, for it will wash away your misery. And I wrote that to show that, or to help remind not only others, but to remind myself as well, because this healing journey, it's not easy. It's not easy at all, not for anyone and who chooses to undertake it. And in my personal opinion, it'd be nice if more people did, because I think the more of us who jump on the bandwagon, the more of us who truly go within and self-reflect on layers and levels that many people never do. And perhaps then we wouldn't end up with that deathbed confession, if we were totally honest, that we wish we'd cared less what other people thought and lived truer to ourselves. Because it'd be nice, wouldn't it, to feel alive before you find yourself dying? Because so many of us don't feel that way. In fact, pretty much all of us, unless you reach the point where you do break through. And that takes effort. It doesn't just happen. It's not meant to just happen. Where's the value in that, you know? But sometimes, you know, life throws us such heavy bloody challenges, and trying to break through, and you chip away and you chip away, and you meet all these layers of resistance in yourself and in others. And it's hard. And yeah, I'm an emotional person, and my sensitivity, I'm highly sensitive on different levels and in different ways. And I'm learning more and more all the time that is a strength too, and to honour it, not to run from it. I'm not too sensitive. How do you even quantify that? I'm sorry. What, because someone else decides that? No, don't even go there. Don't even give me that, you know. So, but yeah, this whole video is meant to be about intrusive thoughts. I go off on such bloody tangents. There is so much in there that I want to convey and put across. And yeah, it lacks finesse at times, but I like that. Like I said, I think it needs to. You know, it needs to, because I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, I suffer with my mental health, and then try to put across some fake sense of I don't go higgledy-piggledy. I don't, you know, I'm sat here recording a video. I'm trying to get it all right in a wanna, because I'm absolutely bloody useless at technology and editing, and it would save me the time and the effort. So yeah, it's all going to look disjointed. And I did take some advice off my mum, funnily enough, when she said, you know, you need to stick to your point and stay on point. And no, I don't, because I'd already thought before that I'd rather, if it's higgledy-piggledy, let it be raw, because otherwise am I not denying the very point of what it is I'm trying to say anyway? So that would be sodding silly. So yeah, it's charm. No, wrong word. I'm going to stop there.